It's Sports Frenzy! Sports Frenzy!
What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? We are back at you once again. It is Season 6, Episode 2 of the Sports Frenzy Friday.
It is.
I'm the coach. That's the dog.
And I'm Jamie.
And Jamie's the one you can hear but can't see.
You can't see me? You can't see me?
So, we're still working on that. For the time being, provide you with best coverage we can and more visuals, and so we'll go from there. So, how's your week been, Brother Rose?
Been good. It's been good. Busy week at work.
Yes.
Gonna be a busy weekend. I have a wedding to go to on Saturday, and then lunch with my aunt.
What time is the wedding?
It's Saturday at 2, I believe.
2.
So yes, it will interfere in the Michigan game.
I'd say yes. You won't get to see the whole Michigan game. So they're predicted to win big in this one. So
don't jinx them. I don't want another Appalachian State game.
I don't think we can have another Appalachian State game.
Yes.
We will never have those kind of games under Harbaugh, I do believe. So.
I hope not.
All right, guys, so we will start getting into some picks, and I have a few special effects for you guys here. So we'll start off with what?
You have pyro?
Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
There's gonna be like
I don't think that would go over well in the house.
Oh yes.
Maybe if we were in a stadium. Running down a ramp or something, that would be cool.
One day.
Not that kind of effects. But I'm going to introduce a few new elements to help out some of our other students, hopefully, and some of the people that are watching might find this cool as well. If we had, the proper technology, these would just pop up by themselves with, visuals on the screen. But I'm going to do it with my hands, so...
One day.
You never know. Someday, when we're in a proper studio, proper amount of money, and the proper...
Staffing.
Oh, come on. It could happen. Somebody could pick us up eventually.
It could.
We could start a GoFundMe account.
This is true. This is true. I promise if I win the lottery, we will have a bigger budget.
All right, so we're going to jump into some our high school football games of the week, and we've got a few rivalry games here this week as well. So this high school football is going to be extremely fun this week. So our first game is the 1 win, 2 losses Madison. They are traveling to the okay, so maybe this game won't be so exciting, but the 0 wins and 3 losses Britton Deerfield. Who you liking in this one, Rose?
I got to go with Madison.
I've got to go with Madison as well.
Ooh.
Rose and I both have Madison.
Next up, it is your first 3-point
Hold
bonus.
on. I got something just for you, Rose. Rose wanted something more exciting. He called me out and said, "Can't have that sign is all wrinkled, nasty looking." Here you go, Rose.
Ooh.
It's a three bonus game. It's three bonus game. This is your piece, Rose. Take it away.
Yeah.
We could have went one more verse. So you could sing.
Well, see, it confuses me sometimes because sometimes we go a shorter version and then other times we go a longer version.
We go shorter version for recap show, longer version for Picks Edition.
Hey, you know what? It's only the second Picks Edition.
Luckily, we have a second 3-point bonus game for you, and we might get it right.
Yes. Oh, and this is also my squeaker game of the week.
Yeah. Second game is a squeaker game already?
Yep.
That's crazy.
We have the 1 win, 2 losses, the Tecumseh Indians. They're heading to the Adrian Maples, who also have a record of 1 win, 2 losses. And on this one, I have to go with the home field advantage of Adrian.
Wow. Rose is going to Adrian. Man. You know, I'm going to keep it interesting this year because, you know, it's like we tend to get a little boring because we pick the same teams all the time. I'll make it exciting. I'm going to Tecumseh.
Ooh.
That's where Isaac graduated from. I'm going to Tecumseh.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Next up, we have... Ooh, this could be a good game. The Hudson Tigers, 2 wins, 1 loss. They are traveling to Columbia Central, who is undefeated, who have 3 wins, 0 losses, and one of their coaches works with me, at my school. So, who are you going with, Brother Rose?
I got to go with the undefeated team, Columbia Central.
Ooh, Rose is going Columbia Central. Ugh. Well, as you guys know, we have the Hudson sideline reporter. This is an away game, so he probably won't be there. So he might not hear me say that I'm going to pick Columbia Central as well. My pick, Columbia Central.
Next up, we have the 1 win, 2 losses, Hillsdale. They're heading to the 2 wins, 1 loss, Dundee Vikings. I'm for my upset special of the week, I'm going with Hillsdale.
Oh, Rose is calling out an upset special.
That's the first one of the year for us, isn't it?
That's our first one of the year, yes. But this is only the second show, so.
True.
By golly, it would be the first one of the year. 1 win, 2 losses. Hillsdale. Brother Rose believes in you. And Dundee has the home field advantage. Ooh, man. Hillsdale, you're not going to like me very well this week. I'm going Dundee.
The basketball team?
What? It's got the logo and the card. Give me a break, Rose.
Gotta give you a hard time about that. Sorry.
You can take your hard time.
Tim's just giving me the scoured look. Is this one me or you?
I think this is me. All right. Jamie Rose breaking out his jacket.
No, I'm not.
He's putting on his hat, jumping up and down, shouting the what's your guys' theme song over there? Do you even know? Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember any of it?
It's actually the Notre Dame fight song.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious. It's the Notre Dame fight song.
Blissfield can't come up with their own song. They have to go with the Notre Dame fighting song.
It's
Do they have original words?
Oh yeah, they do. I don't know the words.
Any of the words? Can you sing Almost a Bar or like the main chorus or anything?
I'll pull it up here on the next commercial break so you guys can hear what it sounds like.
We have the 0 wins and 3 losses, Blissfield. They are traveling to Ida, who has 3 wins and 0 losses. Rose has got Blissfield, I'm sure, right?
No,
right?
I'm going with Ida.
What?
Ida.
What?
Ida.
What?
Ida. Ida.
Rose has got Ida. I got Ida as well.
Right now, I can't sing it because right now in my head, all I have is the Michigan fight scene right now. Fight song.
That is acceptable. I'll allow it.
All I want to sing is "Hail to the victors valley."
And that is perfectly allowed. And just guess what just happened?
Uh-oh, you messed up.
My cards fell on the floor, but that's all right. We'll get through that.
Next, and you went with Ida too, didn't you?
I did go with Ida as well, yes.
Next,
so we're up to 2 games so far, folks.
Oh.
We're keeping season 6 interesting for you guys.
We are. Next up, we have the 0-3 Addison Panthers. That's Tim's older mater. His older mater is doing as well as my older mater.
Ouch. Touche.
They're heading to Napoleon, who has a record of 1 win, 2 losses. I'm going with Napoleon, Tim.
Oh, come on. How can you go with Napoleon? They only have 1 win. And 2 losses.
It's Napoleon.
Rose has got Napoleon. I stand with you still, Addison. Go Panthers. Go Panthers. Go Panthers. You will get a win this week. You will get a win this week.
We are really going opposite this week. You notice that, Tim?
I'm telling you, man. I'm doing it just to make things challenging, make it a little more interesting.
Oh, boy.
Plus, it's my school. I can't go against my school.
I can.
I could, but... All right. Oh yeah, this is a rivalry game right here, and it is also your next 3-point bonus game. It's a 3-point bonus game. Take a Rose.
It's a 3-point bonus game. It's a 3-point bonus game. Yeah. That was better.
That was better. You kind of like kept it quiet, but not bad.
I got first shift neighbors. I can't wake them up.
Excuses. As you look at the season 6, and Rose has matured a little bit. He's thinking of his neighbors.
Well, I am getting older, so no longer can we.
We could.
Yeah,
We still can.
yeah, we can actually. This is true.
All right. For our last 3-point bonus game of the week, we kept them kind of close, but we felt Rose and I talked about this earlier. We felt, wow, two great rivalry games this week as far as at the high school level. So we decided to go with those as our 3-point bonus games this week. And you're going, okay, Tim, tell us who it is. It's a 3 wins, 0 losses, Morenci. They are traveling to the 2 wins, 1 loss, Sand Creek Aggies, who came off a tough win last week against Stockbridge. So they were up towards Lansing, where my brother's kids go to school at. So, who you going with, Rose?
I got to go with the undefeated Morenci Bulldogs.
Wow. We are going to go opposites this week.
Oh.
Rose is going Morenci. I would get in deep trouble if I did not pick the Sand Creek Aggies.
For the Sand Creek Legend?
No, Sand Creek Legend, he don't care. This is how much Sand Creek Legend cares. When he goes to the games, he sits on the opposite side. He sits on the...
Why?
Because the Sand Creek Legend doesn't want to be a legend. So he doesn't want to get recognized or known or have to talk to people. So he sits on the visitor side. But there is another Boring by the name of Travis Boring, whose son plays for the Aggies this year and has been off to a great start. And that is also a Mandarines kid. So shout out to the Boring family for support this week. So go Sand Creek Aggies. And that is a home game, so there will be an after party, bonfire party, with lots of goodies at the Boring Farm.
Ooh.
That the Boring household that I've already been told that the Sports Frenzy crew is always invited to. So we got VIB passes.
You know what? If I didn't have a wedding to go to this weekend, I would be there. It'd be good to see Jason and Travis again. I think this is the first time ever you and I have gone opposite on 3-point bonus games on both of them.
Both of them, right? We went opposite on both of them?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, keeping it interesting this year.
We are, that's for sure.
I can actually find my teams that just fell on the floor here.
Uh-oh. Does Tim need a minute?
Sometimes it takes more than a minute.
Oh.
But we'll do the best we can here.
Well,
this is your game anyway, so.
Well, moving on, we have our first NCAA football game.
Yes.
And we have the 2-0 Air Force.
Oop.
Wrong one. There it is. Air Force. And they're heading to Lansing, Michigan to face the 2-0 ranked 4th Michigan State Spartans.
Michigan State is ranked 4th.
Mm-hmm. They were ranked 5th last week.
For crying out loud. So who you got, Rose?
I'm going to go with Michigan State.
Rose is going Michigan State because he wants the point. He doesn't like Michigan. All right, I'll agree with you on a game. I'll go Michigan State as well. Don't like them. Don't like them at all. Let's see. I do have Auburn and I have LSU right here. Okay. Next up, we have Auburn. 2 wins, 0 losses. They are ranked 18th. And they are traveling to LSU, who has 1 win, 0 losses, and are ranked 13th. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't LSU coached by one Mr. Les Miles?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. Les Miles being a Michigan man. Who you got, Rose?
I think I'm going to go with LSU on this one.
That is who I am going with as well for the no other reason other than Les Miles is still a strong supporter of Michigan and has given his approval and says that Harbaugh is the man for Michigan. All right.
Next up, we have the 2-0 ranked 14th Georgia Tech. They're heading to Notre Dame.
Whoops.
who has a record of 2-0, ranked 8.
How did I end up with Alabama?
Uh-oh.
There. Here it is.
Oh.
Here it is.
It is. I think I'm going to go Notre Dame on this one. Ooh, wait. Can I reverse my pick?
You can, yeah. You can reverse your pick anytime you want to.
Notre Dame's starting quarterback got injured last week,
He did.
but I heard their backup is good. I'm still going to go Notre Dame.
Rose is going out on a limb and going Notre Dame.
I don't like
Both
them.
these teams are 2-0. What's that, Rose?
I don't like them.
You don't like Notre Dame?
No, but I'm going to go with them. I still wish Michigan played Notre Dame. I always liked that game.
Funny that you should say that because crazy thought is I don't know why this game went away to begin with, but both teams are in talks right now. I don't know if it's official or unofficial to bring that rivalry game back together. Both teams want to play it. So Harbaugh says he's open to it. Notre Dame coach says they want it, so we'll see what happens.
I think it went away because Notre Dame switched conferences.
I think that's what it was, so it wouldn't work into their schedule this year. So if it's a moneymaker, which it has been in the past,
Yeah, it is.
you know, I think that was the game they did Under the Lights 2 with last year, right? And yeah, that was, of course.
Did they play last year or was it 2 years ago?
Was it 2 years ago already?
I think it was 2 years ago.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I think it was last year.
I don't think they played last year.
I think last year's was the last game. Because Coach Hoke would have still been the coach. And that's when the game went away.
I will look it up here.
It was the last game being played. I think it was Under the Lights 2. And it was at Notre Dame, I believe. Well, anyways, as Rose is looking it up for you, that gives me time to think about this. 2-0 Georgia Tech. Notre Dame with a backup quarterback.
Oh, you were right, Tim. September 6, 2014. Notre Dame won 31-0.
Could have done without that.
Oh, sorry. In their first meeting, November 23rd, 1887, Michigan beat Notre Dame 8-0.
Okay.
There you
That's
go.
better. I'll go back to that.
Okay.
You know, both teams are open to the rivalry being returned. I'll support Notre Dame and their backup quarterback on this one. All right. Next up, we have Alabama.
Michigan also leads that series, 24 games, 17-1. Just, if you're curious about that.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Hey, where'd it go? There it is. All right, is this you or me? I forget already. I think this is you, right? Is it me?
You.
Okay. We have the 2 wins, 0 losses, ranked 15th in the nation. Ole Miss. They are traveling to the 2 wins, 0 losses, ranked number 2 in the nation, Alabama. I don't know why I said it that way, but
Because they're ranked number 2 in the nation.
Who you got, Rose?
I'm going with Alabama.
I'm going with Alabama as well.
And next up, we have the 2-0 ranked 19th BYU. They're heading to UCLA, who is also ranked 2-0, but ranked 10th. I think I'm going to go with BYU on this one.
Now we're starting to get back on the same page because I was thinking the same thing. I'm going BYU.
Oh,
Why? I
We're
don't
not
know.
going to be on the same page on this next one.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me see what's up here. What do we got? Yeah. Silly man.
That's all you?
We got the 0 wins, 2 losses, UNLV. They are traveling to the 1 win, 1 loss, the greatest football team in football history, coached with one of the greatest coaches ever, Coach Harbaugh. Go Blue,
Go Blue.
mighty Michigan Wolverines. Go Blue,
Go Blue.
go Blue, go Blue, go Blue, go Blue. You know, Rose and I both go at Michigan Wolverines. And I shouldn't have tossed that the way I did because now it's missing. Doesn't let, and I don't have a stage hand that can pick up my cue cards.
We got to get some internships in here.
I know. Okay, we are switching to some baseball.
We are. We have the 90 wins, 54 losses. The St. Louis Cardinals. They're heading to Chicago to face the Cubs. 83 wins, 61 losses. I got the Cardinals.
You wonder why I'm not holding up any cards? I completely somehow drew a mind blank here and forgot to get the cards out for this game. So I don't even have cards for this game yet. So tomorrow morning, before I show my kids, I got to get the cards out. Yeah. You have the Cardinals. I'll go with the Cardinals as well. All right, next up. I want to talk about it. The 85 wins, 59 losses. Kansas City Royals. Kansas City Royals.
It is.
They are traveling to the 66 wins, 78 losses.
Detroit
Your
Tigers.
Detroit Pussycats.
Meow. I got the Pussycats. Meow.
Rose is being a loyalist here, man. That is true. That's true loyalty right there, Rose. You got to be credited for that. Because I am not going with the Tigers this week. They stink. I cannot justify choosing the Tigers when they cannot win a game. They can't do anything. They're doing nothing. They might as well just go home now. I love my Tigers, but right now I don't love my Tigers. Who's your Tiger? Not a one of them.
So are you going
Right
to the
now-
Royals or are you deferring?
What?
Are you deferring?
No, I chose the Royals.
Oh, ooh. Oh.
There's no way. They can't even beat the other worst teams in the league. They're just struggling. It's over.
They are. Yep.
Brad's gone. He's got to go.
He does. He really does have to go.
I believe in giving people second chances, but man, this is not playing out the way it should. You could call up the whole Toledo Mudhens team right now, and they'd probably be playing better than our team is.
True.
With the exception of Cabrera, we'll keep him in the lineup.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose him.
Nope. Next up, we have the 71 wins, 73 losses, the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes, he's got that name down for this season.
Yeah.
Of course, he perfected it last season, but
I think that was just a couple seasons I struggled with the Orioles.
yeah.
They're heading to Tampa Bay to face the Rays. They have a record of 70 wins, 74 losses. I got the Orioles. Just because I can say their name finally.
You know what? Just because, in honor of Rose being able to perfectly nail their name now, I'm going with the Orioles as well. All right, next up we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. They be having 87 wins and 57 losses. They be traveling by pirate ship to the Roger D. Schoonover LA Dodgers who have 83 wins and 61 losses. Who you got, Pirate Rose?
Sorry, Schoonover, I'm going with the Pirates.
Ooh, Ooh, but the Dodgers have home court advantage. Therefore, I be going with the Dodgers.
In a pirate voice, though, mind you.
That'd be right.
You know what, Tim? I think we need to hear some NFL intro.
Roll it! Can't you say Blissfield?
That's enough of that.
Enough of that.
That was Blissfield's.
Like, hail to Blissfield. Or what do you guys say? What do you guys say? Is it hail to Blissfield?
I don't know.
Matt Stone, do you know? Matt Stone knows? Maybe.
I think
Maybe
she was a cheerleader, I think. She might know.
Oh, really? She was a cheerleader, huh?
I think she was.
I thought she was a track star.
That too.
You sure she was a cheerleader, Rose? Are you?
Sure. I remember seeing pictures of her and my sister.
Okay. We'll find out. That is the question. The question of the week. Was Julie Mapstone a cheerleader? I know she ran track. She tells me that. She thinks we should cover some track from time to time.
You are correct, Tim. The Blissfield fights on Hail, Hail to Old BHS. Struggle for victory, never take less. Fly our banner from on high. Okay.
I think they all somewhere go with the hail part, you know. Because I know somewhere in our fight song, and you did better than I could, because I'm honest to God to tell you, I don't remember the Addison fight song. I just know somewhere it says "Hail to Old Addison" or something like that. Something like "Hail to Old Addison for all the others, she is the one," or something like that. Hail to Old Addison.
Probably all the lyrics are the same. They just changed the score.
They just changed the song. But I do think, I honest to God can say, I think we had an original song, not copied from the college. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe someday, if I'm feeling adventurous, I'll try and find the.
The only reason I figured that out was because I created my high school on one of the old NCAA football games, and so I was like, "Well, let me find something close to it." And I got to Notre Dame, and I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me! They stole Notre Dame's fight song."
But you had an original song for your school. How cool is that?
True. That is true. They came out to it.
Sweet.
Anyway.
All right. So moving along to pro football after Rose kindly plays his school's theme song for us. We have the 0 wins, 1 loss, annihilated, blew it in the third and fourth quarters. Your Detroit Lions, who could also be called the Pussycats at this point. Speculation is that Stafford did hurt himself, and nobody realized it until after he threw that second pick. But I guess he has what they call, they're either calling it a stinger or a, what would they call it, some loss of feeling in his arm while he was playing, which, you know, it's always good. You don't really need to feel your arm when you're throwing a football, right? You guys can't see it right now, but Rose is reenacting what it would be like to try and throw a football with no feeling in your arm. I would think you'd have to take your other arm and kind of like, okay, I can't feel this one, but the ball's there. I got it right about here. Anyway, they're traveling to the 0 wins, 1 loss Minnesota Vikings, and you know what that means, folks. This is a perfect setup for somebody's going to come away a winner.
It is.
Are you taking your chances and going with the Detroit Pussycats too?
On this one, I think I might take a chance and go with the Lions.
Yes. It's early in the season yet. They haven't completely brought me down like the Tigers. I am going the Detroit Lions as well.
Next up, we have the 1-0, the New England deflating balls. I'm sorry, the New England Patriots. They're heading to the 1-0 Buffalo Bills. And I think I'm going to go with the deflating ball team.
Wait a minute. You said the 1-0 Buffalo Bills. You meant the 0-1 Buffalo Bills.
No, I have 1-0.
You have on our sheets, Rose, you have the 1 win, 0 losses Patriots traveling to the 0 wins and 1 loss Buffalo Bills.
It may have been a typo.
So it may have been a typo. Okay, so what do you say in the record is?
1 sec. I'm looking up records right now.
Okay.
1 sec. Standings. Come on, phone. Work here for
Rose right now has got his...
Buffalo is 1-0. It was a typo. I'm sorry.
Buffalo is 1-0.
Yep. New England is 1-0. That was a typo.
Okay, so both teams are 1-0, guys. So for those of you who like the Buffalo Bills, they also have 1 win and 0 losses. So correct that on your sheets right now.
Yes. I'm fired.
We'll give you a minute. All right, you guys have that corrected? There you go. 1 win, 0 losses for both teams.
Correct.
I hear Buffalo, one of the things I read is Buffalo is going to trade to break the world record for sound this week, Rose. You know how, I can't remember who holds it currently, but you know how they have the loudest stadiums? And there's like a certain decibel they have to reach, and it's a Guinness Book record thing.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo plans on setting that record this week. If it influences your pick at all.
No. Still going with the Patriots.
I believe I'm going to go with the Patriots as well. Michigan alumnus.
Excuse me.
Great. Oh, hey, whoa, bless you. You okay over there?
Yep. Just
Gonna make it?
Just allergic to the Buffalo Bills, I guess. And your last NFL game, we have the 1-0 Dallas Cowboys. They're heading to Philadelphia to face the Eagles, who have a record of 0-1. I'm going to go with the Eagles because that is my dad's team.
I don't like Dallas at all.
Me either.
The Eagles screwed up this week bad, but I'm going to give them another chance. I've got the Eagles as well.
Ooh.
All right.
It's time for some NASCAR.
It is time for some NASCAR, and boy, do we got some stuff to talk about in NASCAR. Rose and I have been going back and forth on NASCAR for a couple days here, talking about some stuff. We don't officially have anything prepared for you guys yet. I just happen to have, though, some sheets I printed off today that are different than the ones I actually sent you, Rose. But this is the one I had wanted to send you to because it actually gives a breakdown. I don't know how well you can see that.
Not very well.
Especially when you're not seeing. Oh, there's what I wanted to show you. That part right there.
That part. Okay.
So it gives the 16 racers for the first part. If you can see any of that, I don't know.
A little bit. Mostly the numbers.
I'm mostly trying to show you the brackets there. You see there's 4 brackets.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of how they break it down, apparently.
Break it down.
So if you can see the brackets, you don't really need to see the racers. I can give you that info, but the brackets is what I meant most important there. So with those brackets, guys, it starts off with the, first of all, it's called the Chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. We have discovered, and the NASCAR fans are going, these guys are idiots because we already know this. So apparently there's 10 races left for the Cup, or for the championship, from what I understand. And we start off with 16 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next bracket goes down to, okay, no, it doesn't go down right away. There's 3 races. It'll be the Chicagoland race, the New Hampshire race, and the Dover race with the 16 challengers. Then it goes down to 12, and there's 3 more races. That race will be in Charlotte, Kansas, and Talladega. Then it goes down to 8 contenders, and that's in Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix. Then we're down to the championship 4, and it's the Homestead and Miami, and then that determines your Sprint Cup champion. Now, here's the thing Rose and I have questioned, and I believe when I went on the main page for NASCAR, I looked around. Meanwhile, you have all these guys. These guys are your top contenders in the race, but all your NASCAR racers are still racing. So I don't know how that works. Other than if, I guess maybe these guys can get screwed over if one of those guys that aren't in the race for the championship doesn't win the race. I think it can somehow screw these guys up, I would think. So I think at this time it's important for these top 16 racers to stay as high in the points or to win the race as they can. And again, NASCAR fans are either agreeing with us or laughing at us right now. So
probably a little bit of both.
So anyway, we still have our original sheet. I think all these guys can be picked. What we might do, I'm thinking, I don't know, Rose is making a modification sheet of some cool pictures I picked up for you guys. Maybe we'll just keep both sheets. That way if you guys want to pick these guys still, you can. But we'll have the additional sheet to show you who the top contenders are. And then as the race continues, with that sheet, we can eliminate, actually on that sheet, a picture of each person for you to show you who's in the contention there. So I think, I don't know, we'll discuss it more. We'll tweak things as we go along. But that's kind of what I'm feeling right now, Rose, if you're feeling that.
Yeah, I like that.
And with that being said, who you like this week, Rose?
Well, like Tim said, this week the race will be in Chicago. I'm going to go with the guy who I went with a lot last year, Kevin Harvick.
All right, Rose is going Harvick. You know what? I think I'm going to stick with Logano because he's top ranked right now, so he's up there with the rest of the guys. So he's playing with the big boys. I'm going Logano for my pick.
He did good for you last week.
He did do good for me last week. He helped me tie it up with me not even realizing it until you told me that.
Get your title belts warmed up.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
yeah. It's a pay-per-view.
It is.
A wrestling pay-per-view.
First one of the year.
Yes, it is.
We have Night of Champions, which will be Sunday. So because it's going to be on Sunday, late Sunday, Tim and I will do a recap show on Monday. So we'll be ready for you guys on Tuesday.
Yes, we'll do.
We have the first match. We have this first match. It's going to be confusing. You're like, why is Seth Rollins on this thing twice? The first match.
We'll explain that.
What?
We'll explain that to him here in a minute.
We will. We have Seth Rollins versus Sting, and this is for the WWE World Title.
That's right, folks. Those that are wrestling fans know Sting is still around. What do you think, Rose?
I am going to go with Sting, but I think you are correct where Sheamus will cash in the Money in the Bank. But I think Sting will win it.
I am feeling that as well. Rose and Coach pick the Stinger.
Woo! Oh, that's Ric Flair, sorry. Ron Woo, sorry.
No, he's got more of our old classic...
more of a scream, isn't it?
Well, it's kind of like our classic Eagle call. It's when it starts out with kind of like a thunderish, and then you hear, caw. It's kind of, and it's like thunder and lightning. It's kind of Undertaker-ish with a more of a Sting theme to it.
It is.
It's the best way to explain it.
Next up, we have again Seth Rollins.
Oh my gosh, no, this is not a typo.
No. Seth Rollins versus John Cena, and this is for the U.S. title. Currently, Seth Rollins holds both the U.S. title and the WWE World title at the same time.
Basically, what it's come down to is, I think he's not on as good of terms with the Authority as he was before. And so Triple H is really, and Stephanie are really testing him and pushing him to his limits. So Triple H was basically like, you know what? You're a champion. You hold 2 titles. This is Night of the Champions. You're expected to defend those 2 titles.
Yes. Well, at Night of the Champions, every title must be defended. So he pretty much...
Oh, that's right. Duh.
He has no choice in the matter. So, but on this one...
Let me give you a little bit of information that might help influence your decision here, Rose.
Uh-oh.
The shirt that I liked, the John Cena shirt that says the champ is here with the USA title belt on it, that was one of the shirts you could get for $10 this past week.
Ooh. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. They're giving it away for $10. That means they may have extras, and that make.
Yeah, it was one of their clearance out shirts that they were
$10. But it might be a good thing. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with John Cena on this one, just because I appreciate all that he does for kids. Did you hear about what he did after Monday Night Raw?
No, I didn't. What did he do this time?
There was a 7-year-old girl who just found out she beat cancer, and she was in the crowd celebrating with her dad. And so after the match, after the main event, he went out there and gave her a hug and stuff like that. And Sting went out there too.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Both Sting and John Cena went out there, and I guess he asked for like a standing ovation or something for the little girl, so the crowd cheered and stuff. So I just really appreciate all that John Cena always does with kids.
Yeah, John Cena does a lot of great things for the
he's always looking out for kids. So I got to go with John Cena on this one.
Rosa's got Cena. You know what? I just don't think they're ready to have Seth drop both titles. I think they're going to let him hold on to the U.S. title for a little bit. I'm going to say Seth Rollins retains the U.S. title, losing the other title to Stinger there.
And your last match, it's Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev.
Have you watched Raw the last couple of weeks, or you been out in touch with Raw?
I've been out.
Yeah, see, I haven't really paid any attention to it the last couple of weeks either, but I noticed the last one I watched, supposedly Rusev's girlfriend came into Dolph's locker room, and Lana saw it, and that caused some tension between Lana and Ziggler. I noticed in Ziggler's promo video when he was coming out this week for I think the SmackDown taping, he didn't have Lana with him. So I'm wondering, is Lana no longer with Dolph Ziggler?
Lana broke her wrist. She had to have surgery.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why she's out right now. Somehow she broke her wrist or her
That's
hand.
legit. That's a real, she really broke her wrist?
Yeah. They actually had a video of her at the hospital with her arm in a sling.
Wow.
She legitimately broke her hand or arm or something.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's why she's not there. So, I don't know. This
one's gone back and forth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rusev just because.
Why are these two? Wait a minute. Night of Champions. There's neither one of these guys hold the title. Why are they even here?
They're feuding. I'm sure it'll be the first match on the card.
Okay. Because I'm thinking there's no title, no nothing. This makes no sense. Oh well, it's on here, so we got to pick. Who you going with?
I'm going with Rusev.
I think they can't really do away with Ziggler because he runs he's pretty much the lead guy on the Swerve, yes. I kept wanting to say the other thing, but the JA, but no. He's the main guy in Swerve. That keeps him fairly busy. So will they want him off camera? You know what? The more I think about it, I'm going to say Rusev gets the win as well. He's becoming, Ziggler's becoming a more off the back, behind the scenes kind of guy, and he's pretty successful with Swerve. So,
going over the rest of the pay-per-view, we have for the Intercontinental title, we have Ryback versus Kevin Owens.
Ooh.
The U.S. title, we have Seth Rollins defending it against John Cena. See, I wish I would have put this one on there. I don't know why I did. I think this one came on after Monday Night Raw, and I already made the sheets. But we have the New Day versus the Dudley Boys for the tag team titles. That would be a good one to see the Dudley Boys back
Let's
in
do
action.
this as just a fun bonus game between you and I. We'll just call it out. We'll just say.
Okay.
So who's wrestling?
It's the New Day versus the Dudley Boys.
New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. I don't know if I got that right, but
You did actually. It sounded pretty good. Obviously, Tim and I are going to go with the Dudley Boys on this
you
one.
betcha. Dudley Boys.
There is a rumor that WWE is in talks with Jeff and Matt Hardy to come back. So, because what I'm
there was
hearing,
kind of. Oh, go ahead, Rose.
sorry, I'm hearing at WrestleMania this year there may be a TLC match: the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus another tag team, to kind of
Maybe newer tag team in there. Somebody from
newer tag team. Obviously, Edge and Christian can't anymore because they both are done forever because of their necks. But it might be.
How you doing? That'd be cool to see.
Who?
Think they could do some high flying action?
Who?
Do you think they could keep up with the Dudley Boys and the? How you doing?
Oh, Swaft from NXT.
Yes. Those of you that don't know, the NXT program is exclusive on the WWE Network for $9.99 a month, and Rose and I are a part of that, or Rose and me, but that's another story. But so both him and I have really got hooked on NXT. It's we've talked about this over the summer that it's got a lot of the old school wrestling feel to it. The promos and stuff they cut are more like on the fly and not rehearsed and played out as much, I don't think. The crowd reminds you of like an old ECW crowd without the swearing and although they do sometimes push the boundaries a little bit with their language. But there's a lot of cool up-and-coming guys that are wrestling in NXT. And actually, a lot of these new guys that you're seeing on Raw and SmackDown and stuff right now, they're coming up from this program that we're talking about. So Kevin Owen, huge guy from NXT. Who else is up there right now?
Diva Revolution.
Yes, the Diva Revolution that has established the Divas as not a joke of wrestling or a toilet break anymore.
Yeah. So that's Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. Neville.
Yes, Neville. Neville is a huge one over there, too.
Lucha Dragons.
Yep, Lucha Dragons. These are all guys from this program that started out on this. It's a smaller level show. It's only on an hour, but you see some of the best, most kick butt, like what the best wrestling you're going to see from out of WWE right now. Like they're making the main rosters have to step up their game a little bit, and I feel improve their wrestling. I mean, because let's face it, WWE has been lame for a while now, and so NXT in just a couple of months, I would say, I haven't been watching it that long. Maybe 2-3 months tops. Me and Rose have been watching it, and we've seen a lot of improvements just in the wrestling as a whole since these guys have come along. So if you do pay the $9.99 a month, we highly recommend that you check out NXT. Their titles are kind of lame-ish looking, but the wrestling quality is awesome.
Yeah,
the guys that are there are awesome.
There's a couple guys I'm really looking forward to coming up to the main roster. I don't know when. There's Samoan Joe. I'm wondering if Rhino's going to come up. The big one I'm looking forward to coming up is Finn Balor.
Yeah, Samoa Joe's been out there. Everybody knows Samoa Joe basically from his mostly his TNA days or his other wrestling show he was on there. But like Finn Balor, if you don't know Finn Balor, you guys need to go over to YouTube and look at the WWE page and find this guy. I hadn't heard of him before. Rose has been following a lot longer than I had been. He kept telling me, dude, you got to check this guy out. You got to check this guy out. He's amazing. And he truly has got to the point of where he's become amazing enough that he is now the next champion, NXT champion. They don't actually call it next. They always say NXT. It's next, you know. So he's the new champion, and he's the next big thing coming up for those guys. This dude has kind of when Rose first introduced him to me, before he was big, he was doing he would come out as all kinds of cool different comic book characters and just people he loved and did things with. Now he's kind of got himself set in more of like a Venom from Spider-Man type of thing going on. He's the demon, so to speak. So, we're still doing our show.
But the tag team Tim is talking about, their name is Swaft, and they're from, I think, Brooklyn, New York. And they come out, and their gimmick is just, it's very entertaining. They come out, and it's kind of like, they say, and this is Tim, and he's the coach, and he's a great coach, and you can't teach that. And I'm Jamie, and I'm 6 foot tall. And you can't teach that.
But they're really cool.
My favorite part is when they get to the girl. And this is Carmella. And she's hot as. And you can't teach that.
So these guys are fastly becoming like our new favorite tag team, basically. And I look forward to them doing some great things, too. I think they got a shot probably at the NXT titles before too long, hopefully.
Yeah.
But they're just cool. They do a lot of, like, they do some silly promos on there too. You can go back and watch their old stuff. They did some hilarious stuff, like, before I went back to an early NXT, and apparently they were just starting to introduce Carmella, and she was like a hairstylist. Did you watch that episode?
No.
And they're using like this cream stuff. They want to get revenge on a team that cut the dude's beard. And so they have a cream that they're going to spread on the guy, and they accidentally pour it on Carmella's dog. And the dude's like trying to get the cream off, and he's got all this hair in his hands. They cut some pretty funny promos too, so it's good stuff. I really like NXT. I highly recommend it. It is one of my top favorite wrestling programs right now.
Me too. Continuing on with the Night of Champions, so you had the Dudley Boys versus the New Day for the tag team titles. You had Sting versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight title. On the before the pay-per-view starts, you can go on, I believe, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and catch the pre-show. And the pre-show is actually, guys, we were just talking about Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus Stardust and the Ascension, which the Ascension actually also came from NXT.
Yeah, did. And then they bombed and probably should go back to NXT for a while.
We have Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. And, also, we have the Wyatt family versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, and there is a unknown teammate of Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. And just to give you guys a little tidbit here, the rumor I'm hearing is that the third member of that tag team will be The Rock.
Can you smell what The Rock
is cooking? And the last match we have is Nikki Bella versus Charlotte, which, if you don't know, Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter.
Very cool. She is a very cool chick, if I can still use chick with sounding not too mean, but...
The thing I like about her is the whole Diva Revolution is they really elevated the matches. They're actually entertaining now.
Well, and she kind of stays true to the whole Flair family. I mean, her shirt says something that's basically centered around the Flair family. Her move is called the figure 8 or something like that.
So it's a figure 4, and just before, so instead of her just laying on her back, she actually then arches her back.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing what she does, and it starts out with like the Ric Flair song too, and then it goes into like a cool new generation type thing. But she does the woo as she's coming out. She's awesome. She's pretty cool.
She does the chops too, which I think is always entertaining.
I dig her. She's pretty cool. Definitely a good passing of the torch for the Flair family, definitely. So I hope, with that being said, I hope she wins. That'd be, because Bella is kept catching up closely to the so-called, as for some reason, titles matter by the day now.
instead of your title reign as a whole. Used to be when Hogan and everybody held up. Oh, sorry, scratch that. We can't say that name. When our former champion, who looked like Hogan. Sorry. Hulk Hogan. I'm going to say it. I don't care. Former champions used to get weighed by how long they held their title. I don't think they even. Now they're days. They go by the day. So anyway, it's fastly coming up on.
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee, yes.
Yeah.
AJ Lee's
past
title.
AJ Lee now.
Oh, did she? Oh, I thought it was
Monday Night Raw. She was tying AJ Lee on Monday Night Raw, and so they had Charlotte versus Nikki Bella, and Charlotte won by disqualification.
Boo. Dumb.
Yep.
That part's dumb, but so maybe she'll lose her title here at the pay-per-view. But you know what? They're saying some people have said that the rumors on some of the wrestling sites I follow that doesn't follow the storylines said somehow Bella's going to hold on to her title for a long time because of her association with the number one promoter for wrestling right now, John Cena. So it's one of the stipulations that, Cena does so much for the company that his woman should be able to be the title reign person for a while. So that's some of the rumors going around on the wrestling sites, but not the ones that do the behind the scenes stuff that doesn't follow the storylines.
I think that's about all I got.
Oh, there was let me see, a couple quick notes here that I had. There was something on there I remember I want to tell you guys I saw. Let me see here. Maybe it wasn't important, but I'll check real quick. We talked about the NASCAR thing. We did this. The rumor has it that TNA is pretty much done as of December with their new network, Destination America. It's said their contract could be extended from month to month, but it doesn't look hopeful at the moment. So, and then with the Hardy Boys in negotiations already with WWE, things are looking pretty bad for TNA wrestling right now. So I think that was the big one I wanted to mention. That it looks like they're. And here's the other one I was going to tell you guys about. The Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2016 is out, and two of the big names that are on there. You can go to our Facebook page and get the listing of all the guys. I didn't realize they nominated that many people, but there's quite a list. I was going to tell you guys all of them, but it's a huge list. But two of the standouts are former quarterbacks, Steve McNair, who has passed away, and Brett Favre, who is obviously going to get in, I'm sure, because he's going to be having his jersey retired this year as well. And the only other thing I have for you guys tonight from this stuff that I posted on the page is the Pelicans unveil, yes, a new Mardi Gras alternative uniform. I don't know. First of all, Pelicans as a name for your team is a mistake. And wanting to be associated with Mardi Gras, probably not another good idea either.
Probably not, no.
Oh, anyway, guys, hopefully that we put on a pretty good show for you tonight. We get a lot of information out there. And that's all I have for you tonight. What about you, Rose?
That's all I got.
Not sleep in his corner of the world over there. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Get out there, catch some football games. We got high school football games tonight. And you got college football this weekend. Go out, support your teams, or do whatever you like to do. It's supposed to be kind of wet and rainy Saturday, so we shall see. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone.
And I'm Jamie.
We will talk to you again, not Sunday,
Monday.
but Monday after the pay-per-view.
So Tuesday for you guys.
That's right.
So everybody have a great night. And may the
Talk to you again real soon.
Night.